Hello students, this is explanation video part 2 of chapter 5 from Hornbill, the Ailing Planet, the green moment's role. In this chapter we are discussing, as per the chapter's detail, that the author Nani Palkiwala has told. He has given various statics, he has given various details through which he is trying to convince us that it is the need of the hour that we have to think about the betterment of for the betterment of our planet Earth on which we live. Otherwise the situation is become so drastic that it will be difficult to have natural resources in future. All the natural resources basically mineral oil, water, pure air, okay, rain, these all will be a kind of it will happen that if we are not being aware to make the health of our planet improved, then we will be deprived from all these things, okay, from natural resources. Not only we, but our future generation also. That's why it is a need of the hour to protect our planet. So various explanation he has given. Now let's continue this chapter. One of the early international commissions which dealt inter alia with the question of ecology and environment was the Brand Commission, which had a distinguished Indian as one of its members, Mr. L.K. Jha. Here another statistics is given by author Nani Palkiwala. He says that one of the early international commissions, early means in early days, in those days, actually in 1972 the green movement role was started, and just after that, after a few years of that, an international commission was formed, a group was formed, international group was formed. And why this group was formed? Which dealt, and in that group it was the group was dealing, actually the group was formed with the purpose of what was the purpose of that group, actually what was the purpose of that commission, that committee, inter alia. And this early commission, which was known as Brand Commission, very famous commission, Brand Commission, okay, Brand Commission, that is D will be silent, Brand Commission. So Brand Commission, which was formed for the betterment of environment, okay, to discuss over the strategies that how we can improve the health of environment, or how we can make our planet healthy, and whatever the things, natural resources which we are using, how we can provide these all the things to our future generation also, and what should we do. So Brand Commission committee focused on it given a term named inter alia. What is inter alia? Inter alia means that commission decided that we all need to do work together. Inter alia means we need to come together with, that is inter alia. We need to come together with, we need to means all the nations of the world, means all the world needs to come together with on the topic of environment, and we all, not only single country, any single country can't do. If all the nations of the world will be aware and they will take steps, effective steps to improve the health of our planet, then it is possible that we will be successful to improve the health of our planet Earth, and it will become and all the natural resources, all the natural things which we are getting, that we will be provided for a long time. Okay, so Brand Commission gave a term inter alia, and in that Brand Commission the main question was related to ecology and environment. Ecology is called this entire universe, including all the creatures, is called ecology, and environment, that that our surrounding, means whatever our surrounding is. So this commission focused on ecology and environment, and they gave a term named inter alia, means we need to work together with, that is. And in this commission there was a very famous, distinguished Indian, very famous Indian, his name was Mr. L.K. Jha. Means the international, that was an international commission, Brand Commission. In that commission the representative from many countries were participating, and from Indian side Mr. L.K. Jha was participating. Okay, so that commission gave a report that we need to come with inter alia process, means we have to work together with. The first Brand report raised, the first Brand Commission report raised, means they told actually the question, okay, the question was after the survey and all the investigations, the Brand Commission report came in front of the board. Okay, what they told, what the report told, are we to leave our successors, means are we going to leave for our successors, means for our coming generation, A scorched planet, scorched means a burning planet, like a ball of fire. Planet of advancing deserts, in which means if we will not be aware, then it will happen. So the question raised by Grant Commission was a very very dangerous question, the very very thoughtful question it is, and we must need to think over that, because if we will not think, whatever the commission has doubted, suspected, it will happen in future. The commission told that, are we going to leave a burning planet for our coming generation, okay, which will advance deserts, means where there will be only deserts, not greenery, impoverished landscapes, poor landscapes, means landscapes, the lands, the scene with the mountain and everything will be impoverished, poor, in very poor condition, and ailing environment. And ill environment means the commission raised the question that, are we going to give our future generation a desert, okay, a very poor condition of environment, that is for impoverished landscapes, and the ailing our ill environment, means are we going to give these all the things to our future generation? Why the commission raised this question, students? Because the health of this planet is too bad. It is so bad that if we will not improve, okay, if we will not promote awareness among the people, and people will not be aware about afforestation, about saving water, or about that is preserving water by various methods of harvesting water, okay, about preserving the natural resources, like mineral oil and whatever it is. So in future definitely it will happen that we will give a very bad gift to our coming generation, Mr. Lester R. Brown, in this thoughtful book, in his Mr. Lester R. Brown, another environmentalist, a person who has knowledge of environment, he has written in his book The Global Economic Prospect. Okay, this is the name of the book of Mr. Lester Brown. The Global Economic Prospect is the name of the book, written by Lester R. Brown. He has told in this book, points out that the Earth's principal biological systems are four, that there are four systems on which this Earth's principal biology system, means the Earth, including all its creatures, depend. What are these principal four main these four principles? Fishery means people depends on fish, and where from fish come? From water, so it is necessary to preserve water. Forest we know, for because we are cutting trees, and that's why the wild animals are coming into the rehabilitation areas where people are living actually. So they are coming towards our habitat, towards our village, and they are killing people, which is because nowadays you can see in news that we see in news that a panther came into the village or whatever it is. So why this is happening? Because we are cutting forest with a rapid speed. Grasslands means all the grasslands for the animals, grazing lands, they are being decimated by us. And croplands lands are decreasing day by day, because number of population increasing, that's why. So whatever the croplands are there, we are making houses on that, so number of croplands are decreasing in number. That is also a very serious issue, because in future we won't have even anything to eat, because our agricultural land is being used by us for our habitat, for making our houses and factories and all of other things. So he has written in his famous book, the Global Economic Prospect, Mr. Lester Brown. He says that, and they form the foundation of the global economic system, and these four systems, fisheries, grassland, cropland, and forest, they made the major economic system of this universe. Means the economy of more or less all the countries depend on in these four systems. Okay, in addition to supplying our food, and these four systems not only the backbone of any country's economy. Okay, common students can understand this better. As these four systems not only made the economical system better, in addition to supplying our food, they supply food also, okay, to us. These four systems provide virtually all the new material for industry, and these four systems provide food, and rather than that, these four systems also provide virtually, means clearly you can say, very acceptably we can say, all the raw materials. Means suppose that any industry is running for any purpose, producing anything, okay, they need raw material, okay, and that raw material is provided by these four areas. For industry, except minerals, means for all kind of industries, the all the raw materials are provided by these four systems, that is fisheries, cropland, grassland, and forest. Okay, so from for all the for all the industries, these four systems provide all the things, okay, all the raw materials, except only minerals. In the field of minerals, these four systems have no contribution actually, and petroleum derived synthetics, and whatever the materials, that is means product, means whatever the product we get from the petroleum derived means petroleum product, means whatever the product we produce from petroleum products, only these petroleum products and minerals are not included in these four systems. Otherwise the rest all the system depends on these four systems. That's why they have a very important role in economy of other countries, of all the countries of the world, in large areas of the world. Now he is discussing, author is discussing that how these four areas, how these four basic principles are necessary for most of the humankind and most of the countries of the world. In large areas of the world, human claims on these systems are reaching an unsustainable level. Means in large areas of the world, if you make a survey and ask the people that what is the condition of forest in your country, what is the condition of fisheries in your country, what is the condition of grassland and cropland, the people are claiming nowadays that in most of the countries that these all four systems have become an unsustainable level. It has reached an unsustainable level, means now they will not sustain, means remain for a long time. Unsustainable means not to be sustained for a long time, means these all four systems are at the verge, at the stage where they will soon out, they will become finished. A point where their productivity is being impaired, and the people are telling, if you're asking the reports from all over the world, the people are telling that in large part of the world, many parts of the world, these four major principles of the economical system and of this world, actually you can say the existence of the world, they have their productivity is being also impaired, means finished, destroyed. When this happens, and when this happens means when these four principles decrease, what will happen? Fisheries collapse, okay, fishery will collapse, forest disappeared, forest will, means if these all four systems are disappearing, means they are not only disappearing, they are creating many various type of, suppose that fisheries, if fishery collapse, there is no water, so fishery will collapse. If forest is being cutting on the name of industry developing and residential developing, then forest will disappear. Grasslands are converted into barren wastelands. The grasslands are converting into the barren, means completely, you know that lifeless, in a desert area, the barren wasteland means a kind of land which can't be used for any purpose, wasteland. And croplands deteriorated, and croplands are being deteriorated, means destroyed because of our practices in a protein conscious and protein hungry world. Now author is saying one by one that why these all four systems are being destroying. In a protein conscious world, we all are conscious about taking protein our food, okay, so that's why in a protein conscious and protein hungry world, this world is protein hungry, okay, they want we all want to have protein in our food, okay, protein hungry world. In a protein, overfishing is common every day, and you know that fish is a very good resource of protein. So overfishing has become a common thing. We need protein, but we don't need over protein. But on the name of protein, we are doing overfishing. So fishery will be collapsed. In poor countries, in so many poor countries, local forests are being decimated. The local forests have been decimated, means destroyed, cut, in order to procure firewood for cooking. Why? Because people are trying to get in poor countries, people are trying to get people are cutting people are cutting wood forest because they want to procure, means produce firewood, the wood which is used for making cooking food, okay, that is called firewood, in the form of fuel for cooking purpose. In some places, and in some places, firewood has become so expensive, that fire has become so expensive that what goes under the pot now cost more than what goes inside it. Students, try to understand it very carefully. What goes under the pot means, under the pot what goes? The firewood. In many of the countries, the firewood is so costly that it goes under the pot. Suppose that there is a you can say stove or whatever it is on which you are cooking food. So inside the pot you are keeping the food grains, vegetables, rice, pulse, whatever it is. That is not so costly. Whatever goes inside it, okay, means the firewood has become very costly because of over cutting forest and deforestation. The firewood has become so costly. Okay, that's why what goes under the pot, what goes under the pot means the firewood is, it has cost much nowadays rather than what goes inside the pot. What we are cooking, that is less, that is cheaper rather than the firewood, which is used to make cook food. In some places firewood has become so expensive. So since the tropical forest is, and you know that tropical areas, the tropical forest area, tropical areas forest is, in the words of Dr. Myers. Dr. Myers is a very famous person. Okay, the powerhouse of evolution. Actually, the forests are the powerhouse of evolution, means development of this entire environment. The forests are actually the powerhouse. Okay, they create all the power. Several species of life face extinction, and because of deforestation, cutting diseases, several parts of several species means kinds, various types of animals, okay, and birds are at the words of extinction, means they are about to finish, like dinosaur. As a result of a destruction, means as a result of the forest destruction, several species of animals and birds are at the verge of finish, destruction. And it has been well said, okay, someone has said very well, that forest precede mankind. That if we are cropping forest precede mankind. Because of forest, the mankind, the human being develops. Precede means develop. Deserts follow, but deserts make us a follow. Means if we will cut forest during desert, okay, so deserts will make us follow. Means we will become follower, we will become lag in development. But if we will be forest, we will develop. The word ancient patronymy of tropical forest. The words ancient, in the ancient time, whatever the word has patronymy means whatever the preserved forest was the patronymy, preserved forest, okay, which we inherited from our forefathers. Means in ancient time there were huge forests, a lot of areas were covered with forest. So that patronymy means the availability of the forest from the ancient time is called patronymy. Of the tropical forest in the tropical areas, in the ancient time we had huge number of forest, is now eroding. That is not being eroding means disappearing, cutting at the rate of 40 to 50 million acres a year. And it is a kind of estimation that the cutting forest speed is 40 to 50 million acres a year. Students, you can imagine that 40 to 50 acres a million we are cutting the forest every year. Okay, that is a condition. And the growing use of dung for burning deprives the soil of an important natural fertilizers, and because the firewood becomes so costly, it is not available easily. So now in so many poor countries, the growing use of dung, the cow dung and the buffalo dung, the animal dung, or you know dung, which is used for cooking purpose also, dung. So that cow dung and buffalo dung, animal dung has been used for burning purpose, now cooking purpose. And because that cow dung and buffalo dung and animal dung is a kind of very good natural fertilizer, you know, that compost, very good natural fertilizer, and because of lack of firewood we are forced to use that for cooking purpose, then what is happening? The soil of an important natural fertilizer. So the soil, the dung which is must be used for the soil, thereafter soil will become fertilized. Okay, it will its productivity capacity will increase. But because the firewood has become so costly that we are using cow dung in the form of firewood, okay, that's why the soil is deprived from a very good fertilizer. So compost is not being, so two things are being disturbed one time: forestry disappearing, not available easily the firewood, so people are forced to use dung, and because we are using dung, so the soil is deprived from a very good fertilizer, so we are not getting good productivity of crops also. That's being very dangerous situation. The World Bank estimates, it is the estimation of the World Bank, it is the unit, a kind of gauge, okay, of the World Bank, that a five-fold increase means 5 times plus increase in the rate of the forest planting needed to cope with the expected fuel wood demand in the year 2000. This chapter was written in 1997, and the World Bank has told that in the year 2000, whatever the forest we are cutting the forest to 40 to 50 acre a year, and if we are going to plant the trees with 5 times plus, means approx 200 million acre per year, then whatever the fuel demand we will have year around 2000 will be COP means completed. मैं यहाँ पे स्टूडेंट थोड़ा आपको हिंदी में बताना चाहूँगा कि फायरवुड का डिमांड जो ईयर 2000 तक होगा वो इतना ज़्यादा इंक्रीज कर जाएगा, जो हम आज 40 से 50 एकड़ पर ईयर के स्पीड से जंगल को काट रहे हैं, अगर हम इसके 5 गुनी स्पीड से लगाएंगे, मतलब 200 एकड़ पर ईयर, 200 मिलियन एकड़ पर ईयर, 40 से 50 मिलियन एकड़ जमीन हम काट रहे हैं, फॉरेस्ट काट रहे हैं। सो हम 200 मिलियन एकड़ जब फॉरेस्ट लगाएंगे तब जाके ईयर 2000 में, हालांकि मुझसे बहुत आगे निकल आए हैं, सो ईयर 2000 में जो फायरवुड की डिमांड होगी लोगों की वो पूरी हो पाएगी। अगर ये नहीं करेंगे तो फायरवुड का डिमांड भी पूरा नहीं हो पाएगा। आप बाकी यूजेस की तो बात ही छोड़िए। जेम्स स्पेथ, the president of the World Resources Institute, okay, James Smith, the president of the World Resources Institute at that time, said the other day, he spoke, we were saying that we are losing the forest at an acre a second, means it is the statistics that we are losing the forest at an acre a second, means in 1 second 1 acre forest is being cut, okay, but it is much closer to an acre and a half to a second. It is so said, but reality is that we are cutting the forest not only 1 acre in a second, 1.5 acre in a second. Okay, this is the speed, students, of cutting forest. You can imagine that how dangerous the situation is. Okay, so students, this I explained in part 2. Now next I will cover in part next parts. Thank you.